Welcome everyone! One of the best ways to prepare for the IELTS speaking test is to see it in action. That's exactly what we're doing today with this complete mock test from Spinta. As you listen, think about what the candidate does well and where they could improve. Afterwards, we'll compare notes with a full performance breakdown. Let's begin.
Good morning. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Daniel Morris. You can call me Daniel. I was born and raised in a coastal city, but I live now in the capital, working as a project manager in a health technology company.
Do you work or study at the moment?
I work full-time. I manage a small team that designs software for clinics and hospitals. It is demanding but rewarding. I really value clear communication and practical solutions, so my role suits me well. Sometimes the hours are long, but the variety of tasks keeps it interesting.
What do you like most about your job?
What I like most is seeing a concept become useful in real life. For example, when a new appointment system we developed reduced waiting times, that felt meaningful. I also enjoy mentoring younger colleagues. It is satisfying to watch someone find confidence and improve their skills.
Where do you live at the moment?
I live in a mid-sized flat near the city center. It is convenient for work and social life. The building is older but comfortable, and I have a small balcony with plants. I appreciate having a quiet corner to read and to think when my schedule gets busy.
Do you plan to stay there for long?
Yes, I think so for the next few years. The location suits my lifestyle, and commuting is easy. If my family situation changes, I might move to a larger place, but at the moment, it meets my needs, and the neighborhood has good amenities.
Do you have any hobbies or free time activities?
I enjoy running and reading. Running helps me clear my head and keeps me fit, so I try to run 3 or 4 times a week. Reading is mainly non-fiction at the moment, things about behavioral science and history. I also like cooking simple meals at the weekend.
How long have you been doing those activities?
I've been running regularly for about 7 years and reading much longer, really since childhood. Cooking is more recent, maybe 3 years. I find hobbies help balance the pressure from work and give me something to look forward to each week.
Let's move on to part 2. Here is your topic. Describe an important decision you made. You should say what the decision was, why you made it, what alternatives you considered, and explain how you felt after making the decision.
One important decision I made was to change careers from a purely technical role into project management. I made this choice about 5 years ago because I realized I enjoyed coordinating people and strategy more than writing code all day. I considered staying on the technical track and becoming a senior developer, which would have meant deeper specialization and perhaps higher pay initially. I also thought about going back to university for a formal management degree, but that would have taken a lot more time and money. Ultimately, I chose to transition internally at my company, accepting a role that combined technical understanding with stakeholder management. After making the decision, I felt a mix of relief and nervous excitement. It was comforting to know I was aligning my work with my strengths, but I was also aware that I needed to develop soft skills quickly. Over the years, that choice has paid off because it opened opportunities to lead cross-functional projects and to influence product direction. I sometimes reflect that if I would have delayed the move much longer, I might have missed some crucial opportunities for growth, so I am glad I acted when I did.
Right. Why did you not choose a management degree?
I considered it but decided on in-company experience because practical learning suited me better. A degree would have been theoretical and expensive, whereas taking on the role allowed me to learn by doing and to build internal relationships that helped my advancement.
Thank you. Let's move to part 3. We'll talk more about decisions and choices. Do you think making decisions quickly is better than taking a long time to decide?
It depends on the context. For low risk or routine matters, making quick decisions is efficient and often necessary. But for high stakes choices, taking time to gather information, consult others and reflect usually leads to better outcomes. That said, excessive deliberation can be paralyzing, so a balance is ideal. Move quickly when you have enough data, slow down when complexity and uncertainty are high.
How do cultural differences affect decision-making in organizations?
Cultural norms shape expectations about hierarchy, risk, and communication. In some cultures, decisions flow top-down, and people expect leaders to decide. In others, consensus and discussion are valued. These differences influence speed, transparency, and the way feedback is given. Effective international organizations recognize this and adapt processes so that diverse teams feel included while maintaining clarity of responsibility.
What skills are important for someone who makes decisions for a team?
Important skills include critical thinking, empathy, and clear communication. A decision maker must analyze data, anticipate consequences, and explain the rationale in ways the team can accept. Emotional intelligence helps when handling resistance or anxiety. Also, practical skills like project planning and risk assessment matter because they translate a decision into actionable steps.
Are young people today better at making life decisions than older generations?
Not necessarily better, but different. Young people often have more information available through the internet and tend to prioritize flexibility and personal fulfillment. Older generations might favor stability and long-term planning informed by experience. Each approach has strengths and weaknesses. Blending the optimism and adaptability of youth with the perspective of experience can be powerful.
How does technology influence the decisions people make?
Technology accelerates access to information and automates many routine choices, which can be helpful. However, it also brings noise and decision fatigue because people can be overwhelmed by options. Algorithms shape choices too, often subtly nudging behavior. The key is using technology as a tool for better informed decisions while being mindful of biases and over-reliance on automated recommendations.
Finally, how can someone improve their decision-making ability?
Improving decision-making comes from combining reflection with practice. Keeping a simple record of past decisions and their outcomes helps build learning. Seeking diverse viewpoints reduces blind spots, and setting clear criteria prevents being swayed by noise. Developing emotional awareness to manage stress and recognizing cognitive biases also makes a big difference.
That is the end of the speaking test. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a good opportunity to reflect.
The candidate demonstrated Band 8 level performance. Daniel showed very natural fluency, precise vocabulary, and only a few minor slips. Specific errors included saying, "If I would have delayed the move much longer," instead of, "If I had delayed the move much longer," saying "I work in hospital" without the article, "the" on one occasion, and using in-company experience decided on in-company experience, which was slightly awkward in phrasing and could be better as I decided to gain experience within the company. These errors were rare and did not impede understanding. Fluency was smooth with natural discourse markers and only brief hesitations and a minor self-correction. Vocabulary was broad and accurate, with terms like stakeholder management, cross-functional projects, and decision fatigue used appropriately. Grammatically, Daniel used complex structures well, though there were occasional slips in conditional forms and article use. This justified a Band 8 because communication was coherent, well-structured, and sophisticated, with only infrequent lapses in accuracy. To reach a higher band, the candidate would need near-perfect control of complex grammatical forms and eliminate the small article and conditional slips. Thank you for practicing with this IELTS speaking mock test. Visit Spinta for more comprehensive mock tests and personalized feedback to boost your IELTS score.